Right, just continuing my exploration of giallo films with the New York Ripper, which is, of course, directed by Lucio Fulci. I was a little nervous doing this review, but it's written by four guys. That's why, and I'm just like, no, so many writers. No, it's Gianfranco, Clerici, Lucio Fulci, Vincenzo Menino, and Dardano Shetty. It stars Jack Hedley and Paolo Malco. Paolo Malco was in House by the Cemetery too, so he's doing another movie with Lucio Fulci. This movie is self-explanatory. It's about a New York Ripper, a guy that roams around with a knife and kills women, and he has, I shit you not, a Donald Duck voice. I don't know whether to be horrified at times or to be like, my first reaction is to be, oh, like I'm gonna have giggles because he's like Donald. I can't do Donald Duck, but that just imagine that was Donald Duck, and that's what he's doing. And I'm not sure if it should be like, but like I'm shocked. It is gruesome shit, and I'm just like I'm comfortable by it, but the Donald Duck voice, I'm just not too sure about that. It does work for the ending of the film, but that's just some weird shit. So I think it makes sense that this movie had four writers because there are things that go nowhere, things that are tied up pretty early. It can be quite predictable, and I do think I did think it was going to cover some of the mega tropes of giallo films, but it doesn't in terms of who the murderer is. So that might be a spoiler for you, right there. But the way it portrays women is really weird. There's a really weird toe fingering scene. I know toe fingering doesn't make sense, but I think you know what I mean. Uh, there's lurid sex shows. It's very, I guess, New York at the time, because I think a lot of things from there were quite dingy and dirty and grimy and grungy and things like that, and covered in graffiti and all that. So that's what this movie is in terms of its look. But the portrayal of women, look, it's not the best in this one. It isn't. Uh, a lot of women die. It is the New York Ripper. Serial killers do attack women and stuff, but it just gets a bit gratuitous in terms of the nudity and things like that. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, Luke, are you complaining about nudity? It is what it is. If you can get over those kind of parts, there's some really cool shit. There's one where a woman who, yes, she's naked, but she's tied to a bed and has to escape from the killer. Is super intense. The music in these scenes is fantastic and really had me on the edge of my seat, which is really cool. The music's done by Francesco De Masi. It added to the kind of weird, scary, sleazy vibe this movie was going for, which I quite enjoyed. And there's a lot of parts of this movie I do enjoy. The music adds to all of it. The mystery's not too bad. The cops aren't 100% useless, which is a general theme I've noticed in giallo movies, that the cops are just like, oh shit, and don't do anything. But they're semi-useful in this movie, sort of, maybe. So there is that. It doesn't dwell on too much. They don't use the psychiatrist and his profiling that much. You definitely know as soon as you find out that the police officer sees a prostitute on the side that she's probably going to be in danger at some point. She is. But as lurid and as shocking as this movie actually is, and there's silly shit in here as well. Like the cops go searching this one house, and they've got no gloves on, and they're just touching everything. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, even on a low budget Italian film, rubber gloves, come on. Apart from things like that, and if you can get over this like over the top gratuitousness this movie has, it's actually pretty decent. Yeah, I liked it. they went. I thought they were going one way with the killer, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not that much of a mystery then. But they went another way with it, and as soon as I thought that, I was like, it's going to be a woman, isn't it? Mm-hmm. But it's different. I liked it. So yeah, the New York Ripper, 7 out of 10. It's a solid time. It's an hour and a half. It's not too long, and it's definitely one of Lucio Fulci's better movies. So I'd say check it out. I watched it on Tubi. Just set your VPN to America.